Hi everyone. Why do you think some children are thinking more negatively than others? In this video, I want to talk with you about why some children are thinking more negatively than others, and also I'm going to give you some ideas on how you can help. But first of all, let me welcome you to Growing Resilience in Kids. My name is Anna, and I help children learn how to believe more in themselves, how to move through fear, how to step outside their comfort zone so they can be happy, do the things that makes them happy, chase their dreams, and reach their fullest potential. Now, children who worry or think negative during their childhood might become the adult who will think negative, who will worry for the rest of his life. I'm saying this to show you that it is very, very important to help children learn how to change this mindset. And we all know that thinking negative, worrying, living in fear, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help you to be happy or to be successful. And we don't want this for our children, right? It is very, very important to teach children how to shift their negative thinking into positive thinking. And we have to start very early now while they are still small, because later it will be harder to change their beliefs. It will be harder to change this habit of thinking negative. When children have these negative thoughts or worries, it makes them feel fear. Children who are thinking negative most of the time tend to be anxious kids. So why do these children have negative thoughts? Why they think more negatively? Because first of all, they have negative beliefs about themselves, about their abilities, about the world, about everything around them. They have negative thoughts because they don't focus on the good side. They are in this habit automatically, they are focusing and thinking negative. They are paying more attention to the bad things. Now that we know why some children are thinking more negatively than others, I would like to ask you a question. When children are coming to us and saying these things like, I'm afraid, what if I will fail? What if I will get sick? What if I will fall? What if I will make a mistake? What is that we tend to say? What are the things that you are saying when this happens? Please write me the answer in the comment box. Majority of us tend to say things like, don't be silly, there is nothing to worry about, I am sure you can do it, or you will be fine, or nothing is going to happen, or there is nothing to worry about. Agree? Type me yes or no. Now I have another question for you. What do you think it happens when we react like this? You see, when we react like this, the child will start to think that we don't understand him, or he will stop sharing his worries, his negative thinking, his fears. And when this happens, they will have to fight on their own with these worries, this negative thinking, and these fears. And when this happens, when they have to fight on their own with all these negative thoughts, fears, and worries, it will make them think more negatively. It will make them feel more fear and to worry more. So as you can see, telling those things to children that there is nothing to worry about, you will be fine, and so on, it doesn't help. It doesn't help children to turn off his negative thoughts or his worries or his fears. When children have these negative thoughts, when they worry, they need to connect with someone. They need someone to help them, not on the other way around. I want to share with you some ideas on how to help children when they are having this negative thoughts. I just want to mention something. I just want to mention that until children want to learn how to get in the habit of thinking positive or focusing on the positive side, until children want to learn to believe more in themselves, until children want start to focus on more on possibilities, they will always have negative thoughts, fears, worries. The ideas that I'm going to share with you, it won't make your child worry less, um, have less fears or negative thoughts. Their negative thoughts won't go away. The ideas that I'm going to share with you are intended to help child handle negative thoughts, worries, and fears. And I'm going to repeat again, the ideas that I'm about to share with you will help children handle his negative thoughts, worries, and fears. This means that you will have to try and stop fixing his problems. Stop fixing his worries, his negative thinking. Because when we give children straight away, always the solution, they will start to believe that they aren't good enough. They aren't good enough to solve problems. They don't know how to solve problems. They can't do anything. They always need someone else to solve their problems. So these ideas are going to help children to calm their mind, to calm their negative thoughts, their worries. And of course, this needs to happen with your help. Child needs someone when he is going through this hard moment. So let's move on to those ideas. Actually, before, let me share something with you. I personally was the child who always was thinking negative, always lived life in fear, and always worrying most of the time. And also, I was the adult who always lived in fear, the adult who suffered with anxiety, the adult who was thinking negatively and worrying most of the times. So now let's move on to the ideas and how you can help. Well, the first step, it is to listen calmly, is to stay quiet and hear all your child thoughts, negative thoughts, worries, and fears. Take time to listen to his fears, thoughts. Leave whatever you are doing and listen to the child. Why? Well, when child sees that you want to listen to him, when child knows that you are on his side, he will feel connected with you and he will feel safe around you. And we want them, we want children to feel like this, isn't it? You want your child to come to you first if something happens to him, if something wrong happens to him. So the first step is to listen carefully. Try to understand what bothers him and why, and try to see it from his perspective. The second step, after what he shared his thoughts, it is to empathize with his feelings. You need to show him that you understand, that you can feel what is he going through. After what you listen to his fear, worries, negative thoughts, you can say something like this. I can see that you are, depends of what the child says, or you think, depends of what the child says. But can you please help me understand why is that you think like this? Why you think this is going to happen? Or what makes you think that this is going to happen? It is very, very important to listen, because once you know the source of the negative thoughts, you can help him to diminish it by exploring solutions, by exploring for options. Then, after what you empathize, Then you ask him, what are the chances that this is going to happen? Then you move on to the step 3, which is ask him a lot of what if questions. By doing this exercise, is going to help the child to control his negative thoughts. So you say, and what if this is going to happen? And what if this will happen? Listen to what he has to say and then help him have a backup plan. And ask, what is that you can do to make sure that it won't happen, or to avoid this to happen. Another idea, it is to help children to recognize that their negative thoughts are just thoughts. Explain that just because they have a negative thought, whether it is good or bad, it doesn't mean that it's true. A bad thought doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that you are having a bad thought. Or a bad thought, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen what you are thinking. Then try to explain the child how his negative thoughts makes him feel the way that he feels. Nervous, afraid, worried, sad, bad, angry, and so on. The next step is to explain to children that bad thoughts and feelings are normal. Everyone experience these negative thoughts and negative emotions. Explain that you have them sometimes. His brother, his sister, dad, grandparents have them. But just because you know that they are just thoughts, they come and go, you don't really bother those thoughts. By explaining to the child that everyone has them, everyone has these negative thoughts, fears, worries, will help the child to feel more relaxed, will help the child to not start worrying more that something is wrong with him. Another idea, it is to explain to child that we can't control everything. We can't control weather. We can't control other people. We can't control their other people's thoughts, feelings, opinions, ideas, their words. But there is one thing that we can control, which is ourselves. We can control our thoughts, our feelings, our words, our actions. This is the only thing that we can control. Another idea, it is to try and get him in the habit of writing down negative thoughts. Writing down negative thoughts, it is very, very, very beneficial, because writing down negative thoughts, it won't just help you feel better. It will help you find solutions for your problem. It will make you feel better even if you didn't solve the problem. It is like when you have a problem or you feel worried or something like this, you call a friend or your best friend, and even if you didn't solve the problem, you still feel relaxed. So writing down, it's the same thing. When you write down negative thoughts, you take out some of the stored emotions, some of the negative emotions from your mind, and putting them out, it will instantly make you feel better. This method will help children, will help child when you are not there next to him later in life, when no one is there to help them. I hope this idea is going to help you, is going to be beneficial to you. And thank you very much for watching. Bye.